Close your eyes. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to sink into the quiet space within. Feel the air move gently in and out of your lungs. Let the world fade for a moment. You are no longer bound by what you see, no longer defined by what is missing. In this moment, you are stepping into the invisible, the realm where everything you desire already exists. The question is not how to get it, but how to feel it as though it is already yours. The greatest secret lies not in effort, not in struggle, but in assumption. When you assume that you already have, life must rearrange itself to mirror your inner conviction. So I ask you, can you feel now as if the wish has already been fulfilled? Can you stand in the state of your answered prayer and breathe from that reality? This is not about pretending, it's about becoming. The invisible act of becoming what you long for before the evidence appears. Every great change begins with a simple shift in awareness. Right now, close your inner eyes and see yourself in possession of the thing you seek. Whether it be love, abundance, health, or peace. Don't look at it from a distance. Don't watch yourself having it. Be the one who has it. Move your attention from wanting to having. Let that feeling grow until it becomes more real than the outer world. Your imagination is not daydreaming. It is the creative power of life itself. When you dwell in a scene, when you hold the tone of fulfillment, you are impressing your inner mind, and this inner mind, the unseen part of you, is the womb of reality. Whatever you plant in it through feeling must one day take form. That's the law. You cannot plant the seed of wealth and reap poverty. You cannot dwell in the feeling of love and harvest rejection. The outer world is only the echo of your inner conversations. Ask yourself, what am I accepting as true right now? Because every moment you are assuming something. You are either assuming the lack or assuming the fulfillment. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot feel rich while clinging to the thought of being poor. You cannot claim to be loved while expecting rejection. You must feel what you desire until that feeling becomes your natural state. When it does, the world cannot resist it. So act as if you have everything. But what does it mean to act? It is not about pretending in the outer sense, not about forcing gestures or words. It means to align your inner dialogue, your mood, and your imagination with the end you desire. If you want abundance, walk as one who already owns the treasure. Speak not as a beggar, but as a possessor. Feel gratitude, not hope, for gratitude says, "It is done," while hope whispers, "Maybe someday." Do you see the difference? Hope keeps your desire in the future. Faith brings it into the now. When you act as if, you are declaring to the universe, "This is who I am." And life, being but a mirror, reflects your conviction. If you wake each morning with the feeling that everything you desire is already yours, your world will start to shift in ways beyond logic. New doors will open. People will appear. Circumstances will conspire. But it begins in imagination. You must dwell there until it feels natural. At first, your senses will deny it. They will whisper, "This is not real." But reality is not what your eyes show you. It's what your mind accepts. The seen world is the shadow, the unseen is the cause. The moment you feel rich, loved, secure, truly feel it, the unseen begins to take shape. The outer must follow. Every time you notice the absence of what you want, gently bring your attention back. Remind yourself, in my world, it is already done. Don't wrestle with appearances. Don't argue with reality. Simply withdraw your attention from what contradicts your dream and feed only what fulfills it. Think of an actor who steps onto the stage. He does not question whether the role is his. He simply becomes it. He lives, breathes, speaks as the character until every gesture is natural. You too must become the actor in the drama of your fulfilled desire. If you wish to live in joy, wear joy as your garment. If you seek love, radiate it before it arrives. The world cannot give you what you have not already accepted within. You are not trying to get, you are learning to be. Because when you are, having becomes effortless. You attract only what matches your inner tone. The moment you shift your feeling, the outer world begins to reorganize itself around your new state. You will not always see the change instantly, but trust. The seed has been planted. Let it grow in silence. Every time doubt arises, do not fight it. Simply return to the feeling. Feel again the end result. Feel what it's like to already live there. Let your imagination paint the scene, the sound of success, the warmth of love, the peace of abundance. Don't analyze, just feel. The mind argues, but the heart knows. When you walk through life as if you have everything, something beautiful happens. You stop reaching, you stop begging, and you start being. You walk differently. You speak differently. The air around you changes. You are no longer chasing, you are radiating. The world feels your energy and bends to match it. Acting as if is not arrogance, it is faith. It is saying to creation, I trust the unseen. You are not denying facts, you are transcending them. For facts belong to the past, but faith creates the future. Every fact that surrounds you today was once only an assumption you held yesterday. So if you want a new life, assume a new state. Let's imagine for a moment that everything you've ever desired is already accomplished. See yourself standing in that reality. What would you feel? What would you think? How would you move through your day? Would you still worry, or would you walk in quiet confidence? Would you doubt, or would you smile knowing it is already done? Carry that energy now. Let it fill you. Feel the weight of having. Feel the calmness that comes when nothing is missing. That is the vibration of wholeness, the state of completion. Live from that state, and the universe must echo it back. Every problem dissolves when you step into the feeling of already being complete. The law of life is simple. You are always becoming what you are conscious of being. So choose your consciousness wisely. Choose to see yourself as the one who already has. And when you fall, when fear whispers, it's not here, rise again. Close your eyes, return within, and feel the end. The outer world will test you. It will show you old reflections. Don't be deceived. Keep walking in faith. For what you feel in the silence today will shape your tomorrow. Every fulfilled dream began as a feeling that refused to die. So tonight, as you drift to sleep, do not enter with worry or longing. Instead, enter the state of fulfillment. See the scene that implies your wish is done. Hear the voices congratulating you. Feel the joy. Let it lull you into rest. In that quiet moment before sleep, your imagination is most powerful. There plant your seed. There act as if you have everything. And when you awaken, carry the feeling into the day. Let it guide your speech, your thoughts, your reactions. When doubt arises, smile and say, I have already received. Walk with the quiet dignity of one who knows the outcome. Life is not happening to you, it is responding through you. You are the dreamer and the dream. You are the cause and the effect. The moment you assume the feeling of your desire fulfilled, creation answers, yes. So close your eyes again, breathe, and step into that sacred space within. There everything is already yours. Feel it, live it, and soon, very soon, the world will see what you have known all along. You already have everything. Every moment you breathe, you are sending out a signal, an invisible vibration that tells life who you believe yourself to be. And life, obedient as it is, can only echo back what you declare. If your tone is one of abundance, more abundance flows. If your tone is one of lack, more lack finds its way to you. So when I say act as if you have everything, I mean allow your thoughts, your moods, and your words to speak only from fullness. Do not wait for the outer to convince you. You must first convince yourself. When you rise in the morning, don't look at your life to decide how you'll feel. Decide first who you are and let your world catch up. It may take a day, a week, or a season, but it must. The outer is nothing but a delayed reflection of the inner assumption. It's like a mirror that waits for you to smile first. Try it, smile within, and soon you'll find the reflection smiling back. In this practice, persistence is everything. You cannot visit the feeling once and expect a transformation. You must dwell in it, rest in it, until it becomes the atmosphere of your being. At first, it might feel like imagination, but if you persist, imagination turns into knowing, and knowing becomes reality. Every great transformation begins this way. What you see as unreal now will one day be the only thing you call real. There is a silent magic in living as though your dream has already come true. It dissolves fear, erases tension, and brings a strange, peaceful confidence. When others rush, you are still. When others doubt, you smile, because you no longer chase. You remember. You remember that you already are what you seek. You remember that the treasure you look for was never lost, only unseen. And you will notice something profound. Once you feel you have everything, you stop needing. And in that state, everything begins to flow to you. The paradox of life is that you receive most when you no longer cling. You attract best when you rest in having. The moment you let go of striving and step into being, your reality begins to rearrange itself. The phone call comes, the opportunity appears. The right people cross your path, not because you chased, but because you became. You are not here to struggle. You are here to remember your creative power. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the author of circumstance. The story is not written for you, it is written by you. And every word is shaped by the feeling you carry within. So, what story are you telling yourself now? Are you the one who lacks or the one who has? Act as the one who has, and every act becomes sacred. When you speak, let your words be filled with certainty. When you move, move with ease. When you think, let your thoughts echo the song of fulfillment. The law is simple, assume the feeling, and life will conform. You don't need to know how. The how belongs to the unseen. Your task is only to sustain the feeling of already done. Let the invisible take care of the visible. Don't dig up your seed with doubt. Don't question the soil. Simply nurture the feeling. Water it with gratitude. Protect it from fear. And one day, without warning, it will bloom in your world. Begin now to see yourself differently. The one who acts as if is not pretending, he is remembering. He knows that everything he desires already exists in another state of consciousness, waiting for recognition. And by assuming it, he claims it. That's the secret. Consciousness is the only reality. The moment you feel rich, you are rich in consciousness. And consciousness is the cause of all. So when you find yourself wanting, stop and turn inward. Ask, how would I feel if I already had it? Then move into that feeling as though stepping into a warm light. Stay there, breathe there. Speak from there. Every act, every word from that state carries creative power. The more real it feels inside, the more inevitable it becomes outside. This is how all miracles are born, not from effort, but from acceptance. The moment you accept the end as true, the bridge of events begins to form. You won't see every step, but each moment will unfold perfectly, leading you to the fulfillment of what you have already assumed. Trust the unseen. Walk in the knowing that life supports the image you hold of yourself. You are always acting, whether in faith or in fear. The difference is subtle but immense. Faith says, it is done. Fear says, it might never be. Both are acts of imagination, but only one creates. When you catch yourself rehearsing worry, stop. Replace the scene. Picture the end. Hear the words you long to hear. Feel the emotion of success. Do not wait for evidence, become the evidence. And as you live from this new identity, watch how life rearranges itself. The same street feels brighter. The same faces seem kinder. Opportunities that were once invisible begin to shine. Why? Because you changed your inner lens. You began to see through the eyes of one who already possesses. The outer simply follows. Let others chase, let others doubt. You remain anchored in knowing. You walk in silence, but your silence is filled with power. For you no longer seek, you remember that you already are. And when you meet the world from that place, it can only bow in agreement. You'll notice subtle shifts at first. Conversations that go differently, moments of ease where tension once lived, small signs that seem too perfect to be coincidence. These are not random, they are reflections of your inner change. The universe begins to move in harmony with your new assumption. What once seemed far begins to draw near, not because you reached out, but because you allowed it to come. You have stopped living in separation and started dwelling in fulfillment. Every assumption is a seed, and the soil of consciousness never says no. It only says yes to what you impress upon it. So when you say within yourself, I have all I desire, the law says, yes, you do. When you whisper, I am love, I am free, I am whole, existence echoes, so it is. You do not need to fight or force. You only need to feel. The feeling is the creative act. The world is nothing but the outpicturing of sustained feeling. So hold that inner atmosphere of completion. Walk with the lightness of one who has arrived. Let your laughter come easily. Let your words carry quiet assurance. Those who meet you will feel it before you speak. Something in your energy will tell them that you know something they do not. They will sense the peace of one who no longer doubts, the joy of one who no longer seeks. This is the true power of acting as if. It draws everything to you through resonance. You are not manipulating, you are harmonizing. You are aligning with the reality where all is already given. You are tuning your inner frequency to the song of having, and the outer world must dance to that rhythm. The key is consistency. Don't visit the state once and return to lack. Dwell there. Return to it every time your senses tempt you away. When the outer world shows lack, it is only a shadow of an old belief. Don't wrestle with the shadow, replace the belief. The moment you shift within, the outer must follow. The delay is only time catching up to your new assumption. See yourself already living the life you desire. Let that vision become your dwelling place. Don't look at it as something to reach. Feel it as something you already are. When the feeling of having becomes familiar, life can no longer deny it. Everything begins to flow from that identity. The outer mirrors the inner, always and without fail. Speak only from fulfillment. Words carry vibration, and every statement you make is a declaration to life. When you say, I don't have, you are commanding the universe to keep you in that state. But when you declare, I have everything I need, the unseen begins to align. You begin to act differently, think differently, attract differently. Life listens not to your words alone, but to the tone beneath them, the feeling that breathes them into existence. So let that feeling be one of abundance, of calm assurance. You don't need to figure out the path. You only need to stay in the end. The end will create the means. All you must do is hold the vision, live from the wish fulfilled, and allow the unseen power to unfold it in perfect sequence. And as you walk this path, something extraordinary happens. The things you once chased start chasing you. The desires that once felt distant begin to orbit your world effortlessly, because you have moved from asking to knowing, from longing to being. You no longer wait for proof, you are the proof. Every time you step into that state, you are rewriting your destiny. You are choosing which version of yourself will step forward into form. And the more you dwell in the state of fulfillment, the stronger it becomes. What you frequently occupy becomes reality. You are molding life moment by moment through feeling, through awareness, through assumption. The outer world is a mirror, but it lags behind. Be patient as it catches up. Continue to feel the reality you have chosen, even when appearances deny it. Especially when appearances deny it, for that is the test of faith. If you can remain loyal to the unseen, the seen must bow. Everything begins with a single decision to feel rich though the bank is empty, to feel loved though alone, to feel healthy though weak. That decision, sustained through imagination, transforms everything. The moment you assume the end, you summon the unseen forces of creation to make it visible. They cannot fail, they can only obey the image impressed upon them. So every night, before sleep, sink into that state once more. Feel the joy of already having. Hear the voices congratulating you. Feel the relief, the gratitude, the stillness of completion. Rest there until it feels real. Then let sleep carry it deeper. In that silence, the seed is planted again. And when you awaken, walk through the day as though the harvest is certain. Because it is. You are never waiting for your desires. They are waiting for you to claim them. The only distance between you and fulfillment is disbelief. The moment you accept the feeling as truth, the distance collapses. You and your desire become one in consciousness. And what is united in consciousness must unite in form. Let every breath remind you that creation is unfolding from within. The world you touch, see, and hear is not something outside of you. It is you made visible. Every street you walk, every face you meet, every circumstance you encounter is a reflection of your dominant inner state. If you wish to change the reflection, You do not polish the mirror. You change the image that stands before it. So instead of asking, when will it come? Ask, what am I assuming right now? And choose the feeling of already being complete. Notice how your body responds when you imagine yourself fulfilled. There is a calmness that settles in, a sense of quiet confidence that requires no explanation. That calmness is creation in motion. The moment you feel it, something begins to move in the unseen. You cannot see its shape, but you can feel its certainty. Stay there. Let that inner calm be your evidence. You are not acting in vain. Every inner movement, every assumption, every heartbeat of faith is building the bridge to your visible world. You may not see the path yet, but it is forming beneath your feet with every step you take in faith. This invisible movement is more real than anything your senses can show you. For what you now call reality was once only imagination held firm. Do not underestimate the power of a single feeling. One genuine moment of conviction is more creative than 1,000 efforts born of doubt. You do not need to repeat words endlessly. You need only believe them once with your entire being. One clear image impressed upon your consciousness can alter the entire course of your life. Carry this knowing with you into every corner of your day. When you sit in silence, when you walk among others, when you face uncertainty, return inward. Ask yourself, who am I being right now? And gently shift into the state of the one who already has. Speak as that person would speak. Think as that person would think. Move as that person would move. The more you inhabit that identity, the more your old self fades away, and with it, its circumstances. The transformation is not forced, it is natural. Just as night effortlessly turns into day, so your inner shift quietly remakes your world. You will not notice every moment of the change, only that one day you look around and realize the scene has altered. The air feels different, and you are living the life that once existed only in thought. Remain loyal to the unseen. When appearances contradict your vision, smile softly and remember the outer is always one step behind. The seed you planted is still growing. Do not disturb it with worry. Let the invisible forces weave their pattern. You have already done your part by assuming the end. Each time doubt knocks, return to the feeling of fulfillment. Feel the warmth of completion, the ease of having, the freedom of already being. That feeling is your shield and your compass. It will guide you through every appearance of delay, every whisper of fear, because feeling is the secret language creation understands. It does not respond to words alone, it responds to vibration. And when your vibration says, I have, nothing can deny it. Every desire is a call to remember who you truly are. The moment you want something, it already exists in potential. Your task is not to reach for it, but to align with it. Desire is simply life inviting you to rise into a new state of being. The fact that you can imagine it means you can experience it. The image could not exist in your mind if it were not possible in your world. As you persist in this awareness, you'll see how life bends in ways that seem almost playful. A chance meeting opens a door. A delayed moment leads to perfect timing. What once felt like obstacles now appear as stepping stones. This is the dance of assumption, the effortless unfolding of the scene you have chosen. And when you feel tempted to return to old patterns, pause. Close your eyes and remind yourself, I am not waiting for it to come. I am already living it within. Feel the truth of that. Let it echo through your being. You will find that the old ways lose their grip, the old doubts fade, because the new state has become more familiar, more comfortable. The more real it feels inside, the more natural it becomes outside. You are building a new reality, not by force, but by feeling. Each moment of faith lays a brick. Each act of imagination shapes the walls. And soon the invisible dwelling becomes your visible home. When you begin to live this way, you'll sense that everything around you starts to cooperate with your inner state. Conversations shift. Doors open quietly. You'll find yourself in places, moments, and encounters that seem designed by something greater. But that something greater is not outside of you. It is your own consciousness arranging itself in visible form. The universe is not testing you, it is reflecting you. And once you know this, you stop struggling with circumstances. You stop trying to fix the outer. You simply turn within and adjust the feeling of being. You start to see that every scene in your life is responding to the vibration you hold. If you wish to experience more beauty, feel beauty within. If you wish to see more kindness, become kindness in thought and tone. The outer mirrors the inner with precision. You can change nothing by force. You can change everything by assumption. This is the quiet mastery of life, to live from the end and let the world follow. When you walk through the day with the consciousness of already having, you radiate a presence that others feel. They may not understand it, but they are drawn to it. Something in your energy tells them that you are secure, that you are at peace, that you already stand where they wish to be. This is not pride, it is alignment. You have found the center from which creation flows. In this state, you will notice your desires begin to lose their tension. You no longer reach for them, they come gently toward you. You begin to see desire not as something to chase, but as a guide, a signal showing you where to turn your attention. And as you fulfill each desire inwardly, you rise to a higher understanding of abundance. You realize that to act as if you have everything is to recognize that you already are everything. The act becomes effortless when you stop pretending and start knowing. Pretending says, maybe one day. Knowing says, now. Pretending hopes, knowing claims. The difference between the two is the difference between delay and manifestation. The moment you step into knowing, creation begins its movement. As you persist, old limitations will try to speak again. They will come as familiar thoughts, as echoes of past identity. Do not argue with them. Simply shift your focus. The old self cannot follow you into the new state. Each time you return to the feeling of having, the old dissolves a little more. You do not fight shadows, you turn toward light. And the light is always within. It is the awareness that says, I am. Before you were rich, you were, I am. Before you were loved, you were, I am. That is your true name, your creative power. Whatever you place after I am becomes your world. So speak carefully. Say not, I am waiting, for then waiting will be your experience. Say, I am fulfilled, and fulfillment will rush to greet you. As you begin to understand this law, life becomes a canvas. You realize you are the painter, the brush, and the color. Every feeling is a stroke. Every assumption shapes the scene. You no longer fear change. You welcome it because you know that change begins in you. You may notice moments where the outer seems unmoved, where nothing appears to shift. In those moments, resist the urge to react. The outer lags behind the inner. Keep your gaze fixed on the unseen. Feel again the satisfaction of having. Rest there. The longer you remain in the end, the faster the outer aligns. Time bends for the one who believes. You are not called to force outcomes. You are called to inhabit states. Every state of consciousness already contains the events, people, and circumstances that match it. You don't create them, you enter them. By feeling as though it is already done, you step into that state. Then, what seemed impossible begins to unfold as naturally as sunrise. Let your imagination be your constant companion. When the world seems loud, retreat within and build again. See yourself already standing where you wish to be. Hear the sound of completion. Smell the air of freedom. Feel the weight of success in your hands. The senses you use inwardly are the tools of creation. They are more powerful than anything you can touch or see externally. And as you continue to live from that invisible world, you will find the visible world bending to match it. What once felt hard becomes easy. What once seemed far becomes near. People begin to treat you as the person you have imagined yourself to be. Circumstances shift without struggle. You realize that life was never happening to you. It was always flowing from you. So now, as you stand in the silence of your own being, remember this truth. Life can only echo what you dare to assume. The moment you feel yourself whole, the world bows in recognition. The instant you believe it is done, creation rushes to confirm it. You are not here to wait for miracles. You are here to be the miracle. Walk from this moment as though every dream is already fulfilled. Speak, move, breathe as the one who has arrived. Refuse to measure your progress by what the eyes see. Measure it by the certainty that burns within. For when you live from the end becomes your beginning. The unseen forces of life conspire with you, because they are you. So close your eyes one last time, feel the richness of having everything, and carry that feeling into every step you take. Let your faith be louder than facts, your imagination stronger than sight. The world is your mirror, and now that you know who you are, it cannot show you anything less.